up, everybody?
Oh.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Jump Street.
Everyone, thanks for joining us.
We are here at Eindhoven.
I just realized what's weird. We don't have headphones.
I know, we don't. That was another thing. It was too much to bring.
Yeah.
So I took the headphones off.
It's cool. It's like the old school.
No mugs, no headphones.
It's like the old school.
We're taking it back to our
Yeah.
roots.
And now everyone can see what is behind my mug.
We got clear mugs today.
Yeah, clear mugs today.
Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us right now. Okay, people are watching now. Good.
Cool.
Shout out, everybody. Shout out, let's see. Oh, Joe DiDentro. I was like, Joseph DiDentro.
Joe D. Yeah,
Miguel
shout out
Ibanez.
everyone.
Hell yeah. Canary Bleeders in the house. Burn. Duncan's back. Duncan's always watching. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Yeah, everyone,
Good to
thanks
see
for
everyone
watching.
again.
We're live from Eindhoven, Holland. We're at the, I don't know what Winterclash this is.
I don't know.
I'm just going to say the 17th. It's
We're
not.
just going to make it up.
We're at the 17th Winterclash, man. This is crazy. These
This
guys
is-
work so hard.
It's a lot of years to be doing
It's
it.
actually the 5th. It's the 10th, the 15th. Okay.
We don't know.
I don't know. And we're getting off to a rough start, but it's all good. So yeah, first of all, we want to tell everyone thank you for joining us and following us. And if you don't already, please subscribe to our YouTube page, and also click the little thing that gives you the notifications
The little
on
ding,
the
the
YouTube
little
page.
bell.
So every time we do a live episode, it just gives a little alert to your phone. Also, if you don't already, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, give us a like, iTunes. Also, we have a Patreon. We appreciate all the support that we get. It gets us to come out to events like this.
Yep.
And
We're here. We're here thanks to you guys.
Yeah, and now we're going to talk to all these people that we really don't get to see too frequently when we're on our side.
Yeah, we're catering a different audience now.
Yeah, it's
which
exciting.
is what we're looking for. So I'm curious to see like who's in the chat now, because we're in a different time right now. So
yeah, we're a bit early for like the East Coast. We're like 6
for
hours behind.
America.
And
Yeah, I don't know what the time.
California, they're sleeping.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
sleeping.
Yeah, right. It's like 9 hours behind.
Don't sleep.
Right.
We also wanted to talk about the kind of new like format that we're doing real quick before we get into everything. We're kind of going to do like a bunch of lives, obviously, from today and tomorrow. And they're going to be, if you missed the lives, you can't make it for whatever reason, they're going to be, added to our YouTube in the next coming weeks, so you could catch it then. And we also are doing, we have a new thing with our Patreon. So we appreciate, like I said, we appreciate all our supporters.
Yeah.
And, it helps us do things like come out here and do stuff like
Exactly.
this. So we want to show our appreciation back to the community. So once a month, we're going to do a Patreon giveaway.
Okay.
We are going to give away one item in our store to a random person on our Patreon, whether you donate $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever it is.
$500.
$500, yeah.
Yeah.
If you donate $500, we'll give you more than a shirt.
Yeah, donate $500, we'll give you a shirt.
So we're going to do the first contest winner now. I'm going to do it live on our Instagram stream so that people can see that we're not, staging it
Okay,
up
so
or
how
whatever.
do you select this? I'm just curious.
There's a random generator.
It's a random generator?
Yeah, so I just put
Cool.
everyone's name, all of our patrons in there. And I'm going to do it right now. So I'm going live.
Drum roll.
Say what up, Fish.
What up?
We're picking our first Patreon winner for our new thing. Here we go. Start. Doom, doom, doom. It's taking a while. Ian Hutchinson. Congratulations,
Woo!
Ian
Congrats,
Hutchinson.
Ian. So I guess hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up
Give
or
us your
we'll
address.
hit you up. I would say if you can, hit us up.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot going on the next couple of days. We might forget. We might not
it's gonna
get to
be
it.
busy.
But so you'll get to pick anything in our store. Just let us know what it is, and we'll get it out to you.
Congrats, Ian. I've seen him on Patreon a few times. He's a loyal guy.
So he deserves it then.
There we go. Awesome.
Cool.
And as per usual, we have a WTF of the week.
Yeah, we do have a WTF of the week. Oh, I almost forgot. It's been so long. Our WTF of the week is
The name pronouncing
Daniel
game.
Drzna, courtesy of the Blade or Die blog. This is the London one, the Misty Flip. Mm-hmm. The flip over the rail.
Oh my God. It's so good.
Misty Flip over, I guess the Misty Flip. Is that the PlayStation Park? That's
PlayStation,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Barely making the rail. And he killed it in front of a huge-ass crowd. That shit is crazy. Never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
So well-deserved.
Yeah, so shout out to our WTF of the week.
So I think we can move on to our
Cool.
guest.
Yeah, we got a very special guest this week.
Very special guest this week.
Yeah.
All the way
From
Berlin.
From Berlin to our studio.
To our studio
in
here.
New York City.
Oh, yeah. Everybody welcome Dom Wagner.
Dom, come up.
Come on up.
Hello.
What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm good. And you guys?
Good. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
No, totally, man. It's been a long time of seeing you around and you being a part of skating. So it's good to get you on the show and finally talk to you.
Yeah, I'm honored.
Awesome, man.
I'm glad you happened to be here this
Us
week
too.
Yeah,
doing your thing.
actually, I think it's more special that you guys here than me.
Oh.
Well, you can.
Now you're making me blush.
Well, you do this like you were just telling me before that you come and volunteer for this. Is that something you do like yearly or
Yeah, I've been doing it for the past, I think, 5 or 6 years. And before that, I always tried to help out here and there. But like for the past 5-6 years, like I've been here like the week before and helping setting everything up, cleaning, painting the ramps, like all this kind of stuff.
That's
so,
amazing.
Yeah, it's a tough week actually.
Dang.
So you're in the background. You should be credited too with everything that's going on.
Well, like we're a big team, so
How many people work on the contest?
I think like with the volunteers, like it has to be like at least 30 people.
Oh
like,
shit,
yeah.
that's a lot of people.
Yeah,
It's way more than I thought.
but
Yeah.
like the
A lot of work goes into this. This is
preparation
crazy.
team might be only like like this week we've been more than ever, but we've
Mhm.
been like 10 or 12 people. So
Yeah, well, the event keeps growing every year, right? And
Yeah.
there's a lot more shit going on this year than usual, right? So
Yeah.
need more hands on deck.
it gets bigger and bigger because of all the side events.
Yeah.
So like there's more preparation. This time we have like a really nice exhibition also, and
Mhm.
it's it's like more and more steps to be taken care of. So
Yeah.
What's the exhibition?
so it's like all in the theme of the this year's Winterclash,
Mm-hmm.
like the do-it-yourself culture.
Okay.
And we try to gather like different projects that kind of represent that, but not only like skate parks, also like books or events, all this kind of stuff. And we reach out to like a lot of people and ask like if they would like to contribute, and so
That's cool.
so we can put something together. And
Wow.
yeah, it's a really nice spot like in front of the park, so like it's really open for the public eye.
Mhm.
So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Wait, it's actually outside?
yeah, it's outside.
Oh,
like
shit.
you can see it
I didn't
from
know.
outside of the park.
Oh,
You don't
that's
even
it.
have to enter the
Yeah,
park.
it's cool. So foot traffic could check it out and stuff.
Yeah, and it's lit up at night, so yeah,
Oh, nice.
it looks proper.
That's going to be sick.
Yeah.
What other events are going on?
I think the biggest events is like all those panel discussions.
Yeah.
Like
That's cool that
I think
Yo-Yo
there's
organizes
one-
that.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
It's good to hear like people's voices and stuff.
yeah, I think it's also nice to take the idea of like, okay, there's so many people that gather together on this weekend.
Yeah.
And then why not take the opportunity and talk about stuff?
Right.
Because like usually, okay, nowadays you can do it on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
but it's always like a little bit more intense, I think, if you talk person to person.
Yeah, when you're live too, it's a different experience too. It's like seeing your favorite musician live as opposed to listening to the CD or whatever it is. CD. What year is it?
Yeah. Austin just showed his age on that.
When you're listening to 8 tracks and shit.
Yeah. No,
Now you
but
gotta go back to vinyl.
yeah. Babe, can you I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, but no, that's really cool. But it seems like Yo-Yo puts like a lot of work into this, and I didn't know that he had so many volunteers. Like, how long are like your days you're working before this? Like, are they long days? Are they short days?
It's okay. I would say like it's like 10 to 12 hours.
10
That's
to
a
12
long
hours.
day.
Free work.
Yeah.
See, everyone.
It's all for the love, man. It's all for the love.
So who's doing it with you? Because we got to give these guys a little credit.
Yeah, it's mostly like we have like 2 main guys that are helping. There's Raimund Rehse, like he's a good friend from Germany.
Okay.
He's like in charge of the trade show. He's in charge of all the logos. And then we have Wolf, who's like pretty much like the man for everything. Like he's from Austria, Vienna. And then like the rest of the team kind of changes up a lot. We have Doreen, who's taking care of like all the some volunteers work, the entrance, like what needs to be done, just like all the printing, setting up the non-smoking signs, and
You need to put those up. You need to put
especially this year, like the Area 51, they got way more strict with the rules. Like before that was like a little bit more loose.
Yeah.
Like still people could smoke, but like they're trying to get more professional.
Yeah.
Because
That's how it should be. It's like you should get used to having more events like that.
Yeah.
Because if
Get the young kids involved.
Yeah, get the young kids
Yeah.
involved.
Exactly.
I'm seeing there's a lot of young kids out there right now,
Yeah.
so you definitely don't want them around that stuff.
Yeah, and it's not really necessary to smoke in the park. Like,
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially with the weather we have now.
Yeah.
It's insane.
You want to go
It's so
outside and
good.
smoke, right? It's so nice out there.
Exactly.
It's not February out there right now.
No, it's like
almost
spring.
summer.
I was
yeah.
sweating. I was sweating my ass.
Like
I was
it,
sweating
yeah.
my ass off skating back to my Airbnb before. I was like, holy shit.
Dang. That's
Yeah.
good. That's
It is good. It's a
gift.
good feeling. I miss that feeling.
Yeah.
Sweating is good. And you came all the way from Berlin.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So you've been in Berlin for a while? Right?
Actually, like my girlfriend, she doesn't live really far from here. So like I've been traveling back and forth from the Netherlands to Berlin. Like
lately you've been back and forth a lot?
a lot
Okay.
lately, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Nice. Dude, you're doing good. Your English is amazing. I know like 4 words in German, and I can't even say those.
Yeah,
Say them right now.
Huh? Say one. Let's see. You got Dankeschön, right?
Yeah.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? That's about it. That's where I am.
What's Dankeschön?
It's like, thank you.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I need German. The only time I was in Germany was for Winterclash. That was the only time I was ever in Germany that one time.
Yeah, and there was no need to speak any German at all.
Well, when you went, because it wasn't in a major city or anything like that. So when you went,
Oh, yeah, that was the one in Mühlhausen, huh?
the Mühlhausen, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was in the middle of nowhere, and I remember everywhere. It was my first time out of the country too, and everywhere that we went, they didn't speak English at all. Because it's not like in Frankfurt or whatever where you have more tourism, and no one spoke English, and it was like a real culture shock for me to, like, first time out of the country to experience that. And I was also like 19, 20. I didn't give a shit about learning another language or picking up anything, you know.
Yeah, but German's also not the language you learn like in 20 days.
No,
to
no,
prepare
no.
for a competition.
You can pick up words here and there. They're like hi, thank you, you know,
the
stuff.
basic.
Yeah,
It helps.
just to be courteous to the locals.
And the rest is just like with your hands and feet, like
Yeah.
trying to communicate.
Yeah, even if I knew words in German, I wouldn't be able to say them right. So just like I don't know,
Yeah, just the voice.
the accents and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I can't do any of that.
You get used to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet.
Can't imagine.
So, dude, okay, I've known you for a while now, and we've had like a bunch of different experiences, like Roskilde, and like a lot of people who know you travel the world like pretty extensively. Like I see you like skating in China at like the was that the Feast event?
Yeah, the feast events
Yeah,
exactly.
and you lived in Brooklyn for a while.
Yeah.
So you went out there for photography. Could you get into that? Like, what was that about?
Yeah.
How long were you in Brooklyn for?
I was living there for like 6 months,
6 months.
and yeah, basically came together like I don't know why, but like there was always this dream for me to come to New York,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going to New York for shooting like my own personal project. That was like kind of my final project for finishing photography school.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, like I met Nigel, you know him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And yeah, we just like sitting randomly in the skate park, and he like had a nice talk, and we came to like talking about photography, and he told me that he used to work for this German photographer, and he likes to take interns, and I was like, okay, sounds good. And he was like, hey, yeah, you should try to apply, and like maybe he takes you so you could live here in New York. And I was like, okay, why not?
Yeah.
And yeah, I did it, and it worked
No way.
everything worked out fine. So I just had to go back to Germany, finish my school. That was like another 2 months, and then packed my stuff and went to New York.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that footage of you like skating around like Skating Street, and like you were there like mainly in the summertime, right?
No, it was actually
winter,
mainly in the
right?
winter. Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Dang. So you were doing all that skating in the winter?
Yeah, it was crazy. Like me and Kyle, for example, one night we came, not one night, but we came up with this idea of like skating a whole weekend through, like no sleep at all, like 48-hour session.
No. That's some idea, man.
What? How'd that go by the end of it? You stumbling all over the place?
It started like couldn't have started worse, because the night we started, like there was like this crazy blizzard,
Oh no.
and we were still like, no, we're gonna do it,
Yeah.
and we're just like, yeah, we only made it through the first night because like it was so cold. Like we're trying to hide like in 24-hour McDonald's places, something like that, just
No
to
way.
keep us warm, and then going skating. But then like in the middle of the day of the Saturday, like we were all like, hey, we can't keep this up. Like,
Yeah.
How long did you last?
I think it was like 17 hours or something.
Of just skating?
Yeah, like
you-
not just skating. It was
just, like,
most likely hanging
hanging
around
out
and
at McDonald's.
trying to be warm. Like,
Did you? Oh yeah, but your plan was to have skates on your feet pretty much for 48 hours straight?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. So you should have tried that again another day. What happened? You just
That's
no,
so
intense.
it was,
What
it was too
happened?
intense.
I want to, like
Crazy
your
idea.
ambitions. Where they go?
Yeah, but I mean, it was like in January, and I had to leave like end of February. So
Yeah.
and like after that, the weather just got worse and worse and worse. Like,
Yeah,
So it was
February,
like
March
enough,
is like a bad
yeah.
time to
yeah.
New
So
York.
it was snowy, and like there was no way of like even thinking about street skating.
yeah.
So.
Yeah.
17 hours is still pretty good.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was okay.
I mean, it was a good try. It was like really funny night. Like we
Yeah, I
had
can
like
imagine.
situations sketching the car and just like falling, like sketching
No.
super drunk, like in front of other cars,
yeah.
and like nothing happened, but it was just like we were just
I
drunk.
can't imagine
asses
what would
and-
happen like the second day. Like you'd be just delirious, like not be able to
Especially
skate
with
straight.
the beers too. If you're mixing the beers.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was
we
not
need to
very
sleep.
smart.
It's
Yeah,
not very smart. They sound like a good idea.
Which
at
is
the time.
strange because you and Kyle are really smart guys. So it's a bit off.
But I think it came up because of Mike V was telling us that he was like able to do it like in the summertime, and we were like, hey,
Wow.
that's a great idea.
Oh, so
we
he
should
used
do
to
it.
actually do it.
Yeah, I think he did it.
Mike
like,
V?
Yeah.
Who's Mike V?
Who? Vallely?
No.
Okay.
What's his last name? I only know him on the name. Mike V.
Rollerblader.
Yeah, he's a rollerblader.
I'm not sure who that is. But if
Like,
anyone knows Mike V.
From New York or
Yeah, he's from New York.
Mike V.
I think he was from Queens.
Are we dicks for not knowing this?
I don't know. We'll find out.
You know you're gonna get called out anyway.
Yeah.
so-
I mean,
especially if he's a New Yorker.
that's the
you're
thing.
gonna
I
get
got
called out.
because I got the brain injury. I like my memory's all messed
so you
up.
have
I
an
got-
excuse.
I
I-
got the best excuse.
I gotta hit my head
brain
now, so I have an
injury.
excuse from now
Yeah, exactly.
on.
You
I fell on my head a couple of times.
my girlfriend's rolling her eyes right now because I always use that excuse. But yeah. So you stayed with Kyle like a lot out there, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
And I saw you were skating his frames, right?
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool because out of like the people who ended up testing the frames, like there's you and there's Joe, and I know there's a couple other people, but I think that's like a perfect couple guys to be trying the
Hell yeah.
frames because like you're such like a amazing bowl skater and transition guy, and like the way you pump, especially like one of my favorite things like it was at like Roskilde, like during the bowl contest, just watching you fakie pump that thing. I'm like, oh my god, it's like the sickest thing. So with the frames, it's like probably giving you like woo more power or something. Like what is that like? Because I'm actually curious to try those frames.
Yeah, I think it gives you more power. Like for me, for example, what I discovered the biggest advantage is actually rolling on the streets. Like
Really?
the power transfer is super amazing. And then for bowl skating, especially like in the corners, like I can actually really feel it while carving. That I have way more control over like what I'm doing with my feet.
Really?
Like the response is just like amazing on those frames.
Wow.
So
Like-
you prefer it on the street as opposed to bowls, or are you just saying you just like the way it feels on the street?
No, I like the way it feels on
Yeah.
street, like
Yeah.
just rolling. Like for
Yeah.
example, like
You
the
wouldn't think
first
that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't think that.
the first prototype was like made for 65 millimeter wheels. But I had like a lot of problems with like wheel bites, so I put just 60s in them, and I was still faster with those than
60s
like,
are fine.
yeah,
60s are.
but I was
good.
rolling better than like on my regular like for example power blade setup or something.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was
Really?
like really like what
Wow.
the fuck, like
That's crazy.
really amazing, because my first idea of like having aluminium frames under my feet was just like about grinding.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then like the advantage of like also having like a stiffer frame, everything was like set up proper, like to me like it made a huge difference, and like,
Yeah.
I didn't even thought about it, like
That makes sense for the street, like it's because it's more solid because
Yeah.
it's metal, so it's like it has less give, and
Yeah.
so it's just like the power on it. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I didn't think about that.
And also like with normal, for example, with normal plastic frames, like you can always see like when you tighten the bolts that
If you
like
tighten them too tight, they come.
yeah
close.
it just like goes
Yeah.
like more narrow, and like that way like it kind of fucks up the spinning of the wheel. I
Yeah.
always
Yeah,
feel
I
like
guess yeah.
I had so much frustration with that, and with the aluminium frames like stiff as fuck.
I
So,
never rode anything but plastic. Have you ever rode anything but
No.
plastic frames?
Yeah, you should try it. Like
What's it like for grinding too?
it depends. Like for example on coping, it's amazing.
It probably sounds so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
most of
XK
the times you don't
98.
even need wax, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But then on concrete, like
It's
it's
tough on concrete.
It's fucking tough.
Yeah.
Like I skated my frame for like over a year, and then like I started to get like a groove in it, and then I actually started grinding on also or sliding on ledges.
Was your
What's it?
frame the picture that he posted? He posted a picture of a frame that was obviously used, and it had like, you could tell it was concrete was skated on the skates because the frames were just destroyed on the side, like grooved in kind of. I don't
Yeah.
know if that was your frame or just whoever else was skating it.
It
But I
might,
was
it
like,
might have been mine.
I was
yeah.
like, oh yeah, like you could. It looks like you could like shred on concrete with those things.
Yeah,
too.
you can totally do it. It's for sure like a different feeling than plastic.
Yeah, I could imagine.
But like to me, it's worth it. Like
Totally. I could see like that, all the advantages, and that maybe being one disadvantage, but like all the advantages are so much more worth it. You know?
it's also like depending on like what's your priorities in skating, because I'm getting more and more away from grinding.
Yeah,
I think like
exactly.
in general, like I just really want to enjoy rolling around. That's why I skate flat rocker. That's why
Yeah.
I skate aluminium. Like I really want to have like the feeling of nice rolling.
Were you
And-
skating the frames just before when we were skating?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
But
I
that's
wanna see
like
them.
the second prototype. That's like with the plastic block.
Yeah. Oh, because
You were riding that before with just all metal?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's fucking crazy.
But I'm gonna get into it now because Kyle's gonna bring me the new frames, and they have
And the
like
strip.
you can have like the choice between like metal or aluminium block, and
Oh, he does that?
not aluminium and plastic blocks. So
Yeah. I didn't know he had that.
Yeah, it's just I think the aluminium blocks is like a limited run,
Oh, okay.
limited edition kind of.
Yeah.
But I really, really want it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, unless you're strictly like a skate park skater, I don't know why you would want the aluminum.
yeah,
block.
it doesn't make too much sense to be
Yeah,
honest.
unless you were like
Yeah.
only skating half pipes. And
Yeah.
even so, like even if you skate like concrete parks and stuff like that, even like the little angle line ledges, still like every time I think of metal frames, I think of like X Games back in the day when you see everyone had like the metal grind plates, like the Senate grind plates, and
Yeah.
you get like the ching ching.
Such a good sound.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like
especially
ninjas fighting with their
Yeah.
swords, you know?
yeah, that's the thing that like I think well, like I hate to compare to skateboarding, but like we have such different sounds
Yeah.
when skating. Like theirs are just like more, which is like kind of good for us when we're like trying to be quiet at a spot. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Them at a spot is like so
Yeah.
loud, so
Yeah.
much happening. But like the clip of like metal on metal,
Yeah, metal
it
on metal
sounds so
sick.
good.
Yeah, it definitely does. Especially when you got some sparks going.
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
got
that's-
you probably a concrete ledge, you probably get mad sparks.
Yeah, I haven't recognized it on my own skating, but like it's like I don't really film myself
Yeah,
that much
yeah.
at the
It's like
moment.
hard
So
Yeah, you wouldn't notice
it's
it.
just like, is it sparks? Is
Oh,
it
dude, I hope it's
sparks? Hey, did it spark?
If it was like the 12-year-old you'd be like, dude, is it sparking?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
sparking?
yeah.
Probably get like a flint. You know what I mean?
That'd be sick.
Oh man, you had like one of the first. You were like one of the first ones to test it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like the first one.
I'm not sure. Like
Maybe
because
Kyle, then you?
Kyle, me, and Joe. We pretty much like got our frames at the same time.
Sick.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, it was like because Kyle was like we were talking about it for like a really long time, and then yeah, I was like planning, and not sure. Like it's a lot of money to invest, and then like at some point Kyle was like, "Hey, I'm producing them now."
That's so sick.
I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then I got a package, and I was so stoked to have them. And
I
then
bet.
When you
man.
started writing them, you didn't even know that he was going to officially make them. You just thought he was just like a project, like a random project he was working on.
Yeah, in the beginning it was for sure just like an idea.
Yeah.
And then it became more into a project, and now that he's like doing it like with his like own company and all this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
like I think it's super awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah,
like
it's real sick.
it's really amazing to see like the all the like because I've been like not involved, but like I've been following it like from the first moment.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
the idea was there, and like now there's actually a company. That's crazy to
That's
see.
awesome.
Like,
Well, no, I think you've been involved because like you and Kyle are really good buddies. And
yeah.
By the way, I'm curious. Like, is Kyle learning German? How's his German getting?
Oh, he's really good.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I heard he was telling me, he's like, yeah, I've learned German. I was like, what? No way.
Is that where he went to school or something?
No, he just
Because doesn't he live in Switzerland? or-
Yeah, he lives in Switzerland.
Switzerland
but
now, but he was in Berlin for a while too, right?
No, he tried to. Yeah, that's a long story.
Okay.
But like, he
We'll get that
he-
on Kyle's
He,
podcast.
he wanted to go to Switzerland in the first place, but like there was no way at the beginning for him to get a visa for Switzerland because they were way more strict.
Oh, really?
But he had an opportunity to have a German visa,
Mhm.
so he was living in Munich, but traveling back and forth between Zurich and Munich the whole time. But now he's like completely Swiss. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but his
big
German is like it's really,
Really
proper.
good?
Like
That's
I talked to him
sick.
on the phone for 1 hour only in German. Like,
No.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so
Yeah.
smart. He's like one of the smartest guys.
I want to learn
First of all,
that
big
language so
shout
bad.
out. Big
Don't learn
shout out
German.
to
No, not German. Not
That's a
German.
tough one.
Spanish or something.
Yeah, Spanish.
Something useful.
Yeah, Spanish or Italian. Or
Especially in
something useful.
America. Well, Italian's not that useful unless you're
No,
in New
it's
York
not
or
really,
Italy.
Yeah.
Spanish is the
Spanish
one.
is, yeah.
Get access to like
more
20 different
widely
countries.
accepted, yeah.
Spanish or Chinese. Chinese also for the future.
I'm not learning Chinese. I'll tell you that right now.
That's too hard. I'm not this stage.
Not
in the
learning
game.
Chinese. No way.
Yeah, but big shout out Kyle Sola, man. This is our first
Oh, yeah.
shout out of season 2.
Kyle gets the
Who
first
knows
shout
how
out
it plays
season
out? But yeah, shout out Kyle Sola.
He's
That
gonna
guy's
be on
the
the
man.
trip, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be around for
Yeah.
sure. We'll see him. I can't wait to see him. It's
That's
gonna be
cool. I'm
good.
excited to see like another like independent company come out. You know, like how Leon was with the Wizard
Yeah.
Frames. It's just him doing his thing,
Yeah.
and it's cool to see.
I
that.
can't wait to try him too.
Yeah,
I'll be-
I haven't like really curious about a frame in a long time, but those like I saw, I'm like, oh, that's especially what I learned about metal frames, how like solid they are. I'm like really curious about how they feel.
Yeah.
I just think like a lot of people also start to appreciate more because the gap in between, like for example, people that skate aggressive and skate like recreational skating.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because on those skates you a lot of times have like aluminium frames, and once you
Right.
get the feeling of it,
Mm-hmm.
like you're probably gonna start appreciating also way more to have something similar under your aggressive wheel, on
Yeah.
aggressive skates. Because
It's true. It's true because like you're saying with the plastic frames on aggressive skates, when you go from like a really good quality like inline skate with like a metal frame to like an aggressive, like you feel like you can't move.
Yeah.
Because it's like click clacky and stuff like that. So if there was a way to like bridge that gap there, that'd be, yeah, I could see it totally like opening up the door to like more people like at least trying aggressive. But
Definitely.
like it's just, yeah, it's like it's a pretty cool thing to transition to.
Interesting concept.
Yeah, I'm
and I saw
excited.
that like it makes the sole space a little bigger because the walls are so thin.
Yeah.
The wall's really that thin. I didn't like. It doesn't look like that in the pictures, but he put like a picture comparing it to like a regular frame. I don't know what it was, a ground control or something like that, and it was like less than half the size. The walls.
Well, think about it, because like the plastic has to be thicker, right?
Yeah,
you know what
you
I
wear
mean?
it down too.
Yeah.
You're not really wearing down aluminum frames.
Yeah, not really. And the thing is, like, yeah, for example, if I have like a plastic frame now under my skates, like it just
You
feels
feel
like
so
so
different?
wide. Like,
Oh, yeah?
especially like if you go like in like cut a corner or something.
Carving.
Yeah, carving. Like
What
it's
wheels
not
you riding
possible
on?
for me.
What wheels are you riding on
Because
the
like
frames?
you'll start sliding, right? Or something
Yeah,
like
you
that.
slide, you slip away.
Man, that's
Yeah.
crazy. So you get like way more grip. That's amazing, man.
I was saying, what wheels are you riding with them? Because I know the
Um,
wheels definitely matter for that also.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But I've been skating, like at first I've been skating symmetric wheels with them, but now at the moment I skate with dead wheels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they are like amazing for it as well.
Right.
Sick.
I guess like a harder wheel would work too. I know dead wheels are a little harder than
Yeah.
normal.
They feel like really good for sliding actually, like for like set slides and all this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
Really?
definitely. Hell yeah.
Huh.
But something to do, like you don't really get like flat spots, I feel like, because I've been doing it a lot and like no
No
sound.
issues.
Yeah, no,
Dang.
not at all.
That's awesome.
So I think it has something to do with the shape also. So
That's
Yeah, I know a lot of
badass.
people are riding like the rounder profile wheels now.
yeah.
That's why I was curious if you were riding one of those wheels. I
Yeah.
don't really know who makes them, but I don't know if the adapt wheels like that or whatever. But
Actually, I don't know.
I think
because
Undercover makes a wheel that's like super narrow, the profile. And
Yeah.
I know that's, I think Nemo's riding them or something like that. And he's like, this is the fastest wheels I ever rode by far. And like, you look at them, you're like, oh shit, that's why.
That's sick.
It's like a
Like,
wreck wheel, pretty
I
much.
was skating like actually like adapt like symmetrics. They were doing like those like super pointy wheels.
Mm-hmm.
And like they have like a lot of advantages, but in my opinion also like some disadvantages. So
Yeah, definitely.
like in the end, like I felt like it was a little bit too pointy.
Mhm.
So just like a rounded profile, but makes a lot of sense to me though. Like
I know they're faster because there's less surface area.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I don't know, does it grip more when you turn or less?
it's a difficult question.
I don't know. I'm not educated on this,
Logistics
nor,
are tough, man.
nor am I experienced on this. This is like a Mike Torres question.
No, like think about it. Like it's so logical. No.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like it's just cool to see new things coming out,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it's cool that the right guys are trying it. I also wanted to ask you about Roskilde, because you're like a freaking vet. Like how many have you been to? Like 10 or something?
It has to be more than
It has
10.
to be more, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I think. Wait, what was my first year? I think my first year was 2006.
And you've gone every year?
No, I had like I had to have a break for 2 years.
Yeah. You had to.
That was like
Yeah.
no, but it was like I couldn't go because of like I had to do my school and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff, so it really didn't work out.
Mhm.
And there was no chance I could go to Roskilde, and that was 2009 and 10. So, and I went last year. That was 2018. So it's like 11 years or
11
something.
years?
Yeah.
See, like, I've been there a few times, and it's such like a special experience with like the skate event and stuff like that. But I've heard recently that they've taken the skate event out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like last year, like it's already been cancelled.
Like,
Oh, I
how,
didn't know
how
that.
has that changed things? Like, do you still see like the same crew there? Like, a lot of the skaters, do they still go, or is it
because like last year was like 2018 was the first year they didn't have the skate shows.
Oh, just last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I went because I was still working for a music.
You're working the event?
Yeah, not event, like a music festival kind of magazine Yo-Yo is
okay.
doing, and
Cool.
I was working for him. So I was there, and yeah, it was completely different, of course, because like none of the like players that usually go were there.
No.
Like, of course, like you also
That's sad,
over the
man.
years, you know, like a lot of people from Denmark that are usually go there every
Mhm.
year, so they were there, but like not all the skaters. Like,
Oh, no.
and the park was like some of it was still there, but like for me the worst thing to see was like the bowl was gone.
No.
Like
That's
there
your
was just
home.
like this like fucking like pile of sand there. and
No.
just, like you could still see like where it was supposed to be, and
It was only blading that was there. It wasn't skateboarding.
No, it was everything.
No, it was everything.
Oh, so they kicked everything out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
they
all
took the
extreme
sk-
sports.
So we
Yeah.
don't feel that bad. It's
No,
not,
no,
it's
no.
not like X Games in Woodward.
Yeah, it's
No,
not-
no.
It's not like they exiled us, but dude, it was
Yeah.
such a good event. They had like multiple days of skating. Like that bowl was like yours and Tom Alquist's bowl. That's like your guys' bowl. Like Tom Alquist is like, I don't know, he must be 40 at this point.
He's definitely over.
A bit older, 40.
Mm.
But dude, he was getting like, there's a 6 foot spine. He was getting like 360s, like 6 foot above it. Like,
Yeah,
do
I
you know what
remember
I
him
mean? Just
skating bowls hard back in the day too.
dude, it was,
Mad
and
hard.
yeah, him and
Powerful.
watching him and Tom skate the bowl, and oh man, Nick Lomax too. That was, yeah, it was a really special event because they had like, if I'm not mistaken, there was a vert contest, there was a bowl, and then the street, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And they had the Yasutokos out one year.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
yes,
What?
dude. They had like, and they
That's crazy.
the year we were there, they used to have, they had like Eric Costin and Sean, the guy, whatever, like the girl skateboard team, like the kid that Alex Brasco grew up skating with in Kansas City, Sean Malto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was like, so they had like the best skateboarders come out, like, you know, all like the top bladers, and like it was a really good event, and like it was like one of the few blade events you'd go and you'd see like tons of people watching, you know, it was
Like spectators.
Yeah,
tons
just
of
random
people.
Yeah,
people.
that's what's sick about stuff like that too.
Yeah.
And like they used to have that back in the day with like, I don't know, like Warped Tours and stuff like that. They used to have like
Yeah.
bands playing, and there'd be like a vert ramp in the background, people skating
Yeah.
and whatever. And that was sick to see because you have like 20,000 people now watching you skate. And
It's like that, but with blading.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like on the Warped Tour, there was never blading.
well, there
you know what I
might
mean?
have been
Was-
in the 90s.
Maybe in the early
90s,
days,
yeah.
before
something
our
like
time.
that.
But I'm
Yeah,
talking
but
about-
yeah, they probably
Yeah.
kicked us out too.
Yeah, but it's like experiencing
No
it
surprise.
in the modern times. You know, it was like
Yeah.
really. So yeah, I was wondering how that was, or if
It's so funny that you guys.
do you think you'll go next year, or?
I'm not sure yet. Like I got offered a ticket,
Mhm.
but to me, yeah, like since the whole show gone, like all the contests is gone, everything like just kind of, yeah, it feels too sad to be there.
Yeah, that is sad.
Yeah, I know.
Like
It's a different experience now going.
Last
through
year,
it.
for example, also only did like the music day, not the warm up days. So
Oh no.
and yeah, just it's not the same
It's not
anymore.
the same?
And I feel old there, you know.
Yeah,
like,
no, totally. It's like,
like I'm turning 35 this year, you know,
Yeah.
like, and there's like a bunch of 20 years old like
Yeah.
running around drunk, and I'm like,
I was that guy.
it's super fun, but it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, like now you kind of feel like, hey,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
like I'm out of this. Like,
I know what you mean because I went there one year. Well, first of all, the last time I went there, it was 5 years ago, so I was 30. And when I was there then, I was like, I might be getting to that point. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Too old, but then again, there's all the homies like Alquist is there, everyone's chilling, like, and Yo-Yo and everyone's still. So it's like, oh, it's cool, it's fine. But there was a guy I saw. He must have been like 55. Dude, he had, and you get a bracelet every year. I think you know
Yeah,
this guy
yeah.
too. You
there
get
are tons of those
you
guys.
got
yeah.
a bracelet every year.
Those guys are
right?
sad.
Dude, this guy, Austin, he had like 20 or 30.
Yo,
He never took them off.
that's crazy.
He had them.
Do you personally know any of these people?
Not personally, but I've
you
met
see
them.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know.
you see them around.
That's
there.
crazy. I
Yeah.
don't know. Those people have some. I don't know.
Yo-Yo might be one of those guys.
No way. No, but he doesn't
Give
keep
him
the
5,
bands
10
on.
No, no.
Yeah, give Yo-Yo
No, you
like
could
5 or
go.
10 years.
You could go, but if you're like 50s and you're going to work in the office, well, I guess you don't have an office job if you're going that long, but like going to work with like all your wristbands on.
Well, you
But
might.
I think
might.
some of them actually like they take them off and just
them
for
back
the
on.
festival put them back
Oh,
on.
okay, that
you
makes
know?
sense.
Oh,
That makes sense.
okay.
Just showing like kind of like showing up and be like, hey,
That's
I've
a
been
little
here for
wo-
50 years.
That might be a.
Whoa.
I guess that's cool. I don't know if that was better or worse.
It's basically like a sign like, hey, if you're under 25
yeah.
or 30, don't have sex with me. I've been around forever and I'm probably tainted. Yeah.
Well, it's so funny that you were telling me before you met your girlfriend at Roskilde also, and so did like Dominic Bruce and David Sizemore and stuff like that. That it's you're like, oh, I got what I need out of Roskilde. I got my lady. I had my experience, my
Yeah.
good times.
Yeah, but it's such a wonderful place. Like the atmosphere is pretty loose, and like I think it creates this
Magical.
environment like
Yeah.
where you're just like kind of ready to fall in love. Or,
Totally.
I don't know, like, and yeah.
So much positive feeling.
Like ever since like I went, like everybody was always talking about, yeah, I'm gonna go to Roskilde and I'm gonna get a wife there. Like that's what you want, like you want a
Yeah.
girl that can go through it, like just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
live like 8 days without
Really
the
test their
toilet and just be
character,
cool
yeah.
about it, and
yeah, really test the character. of a person
it's
at a
tough, dude.
festival
It's
like
tough
that.
stuff. Yeah. When you're done, like you're like, I'm done. Like you're like at the end of the 8 days,
Yeah.
you're like, cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm done now.
Yeah, you need like another 8 days to recover.
Yeah, a lot of water and stuff like that.
So I guess I missed out on my Roskilde experience because now it's dying out for bladers at
Yeah.
least.
Who knows? Because like I heard like some rumors that they might bring it back.
I heard that too. Like if it extends far enough to the other skate park that they're building, right? Something like that.
Because the reason I think is like the festival itself, like how it's built up. Like they have to change the areas where people are camping and where they have like concerts and all this kind of stuff. They have to keep on changing it, like because there's like some, how you say it in English, like some stuff in the ground they want to dig up, like coal or whatever.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, how you call it,
Jeez.
resources?
Yeah,
or-
resources in the
yeah.
ground. Okay, totally.
And I think that's the story that I heard about the park, that they have to tear the whole area down anyways.
What?
And then maybe like in 2 or 3 years, I don't know, like maybe they're gonna set up a different skate park somewhere else and integrate it with the festival again. So you never know. Like
that's true.
That'd be cool. I mean, like again,
I would go like
by that time we'll be like, you know, in the multiple years. I would just be like,
You'll be the guys.
back in my day.
you know, in 2006.
I remember when the skate park
Yeah, it
was
was
on the
way
other
cooler in
side of the place.
2006. You guys, you don't know what it was like, you know. That's awesome.
we didn't have no smartphones.
Oh man, yeah, right.
That reminds me of the banks
my
because
God.
remember the banks closed. Were the banks open when you lived in New York?
no.
The banks were, so that was, what year was it?
That was like 2011, 2012.
So like 2009, 2010, they closed the banks and they said it was going to open like 2012.
Uh-huh.
And it's 2019 and it's still not open yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
but
like-
I've been there.
Oh yeah, you could hop through and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but it's not like, oh, and they always like block the holes like every week they chain it up again. Because I've been there where you can skate it and like the
Yeah.
next week it's closed.
Okay.
And it's just like, it's one of, it reminds you of that, just like they
Just one of
close it
those
like, oh,
things.
we're going to have it next year or something like that, and it just never happens.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
It just keeps you on waiting and waiting.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you rather want to know,
And
like,
then-
okay, it's never gonna
Yeah,
open
then
again.
To
Then
think like when it opens, even if it opened this year, like dude, last time this place was open, it was like 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to think about that.
It's nuts.
Just like here, we haven't been here in 11 years.
yeah, time flies.
Well, you've been here, I think, more recently
7.
than me. Yeah, 7 for you.
Seven,
Still.
6 or 7
Yeah,
years.
to think it's been 11 years since I've been to like Winterclash is crazy.
Yeah, it's a long time.
That's something crazy to say, actually.
You're like a different person back then,
It's
you
been
know?
11 years since I've been to Winterclash.
yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just to think about it.
How long
Third
has
of
this
my
thing been going? You should know.
15 years.
15 years.
This is like the
Okay.
15th anniversary.
Okay.
So
I thought you
That's
didn't.
awesome.
I thought you didn't know. When
My
we were
girl kept on
looking
being
at
like
you.
this. I was like 5, 10.
what is it?
Wait, 15 or 16?
15th.
15.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Okay. Is it like one of the longest contests then, I guess? That's
that's
like a
what I
park
heard.
contest, I guess?
Yeah, I think it's the longest running park competition.
Yeah.
I heard something about it. Yeah,
That's
It sounds
awesome.
because
about
I
right.
think before that was like
Bitter
Bitter Cold
Cold.
Showdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bitter
But
Cold
they
like 12 or 13 or
Okay.
something like that. Yeah.
So now it's like the longest.
Dang.
Where was the first Winterclash?
It was in Aurich.
Where? Germany?
Yeah, it was in north of Germany. It was actually not far from my hometown.
Oh, okay.
Like,
It was really small?
no, it was like, I mean, it was obviously not as big as this at the moment, but the park was actually almost the same size as this one.
Mm-hmm.
It was also like a BMX park, so the obstacles
Yeah,
were really,
big
really
shit.
high.
Mhm.
And
It's
yeah,
like this park too. This park's not a skateboard park, really. It seems like BMX or Blade. Like it's so big, everything.
well, it's actually like it's a skateboard park,
Is it?
and then they have like the BMX corner. They have it
Okay.
over there, like it's divided. And it always used to be like 2 separate skate parks, but now like everything fusion together.
Okay.
So it's also new management. Yeah, it's like a long story also, but yeah, like from what I've heard, they're gonna recreate the whole park this year.
Wow.
The whole thing?
The whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So you know what I was going to ask you too, because you said you were building stuff here this year, right? Did you build the last couple of years?
Yeah.
Because I was curious, like I wasn't.
Like I never really the building guy. I just really.
But you were.
yeah, I'm helping.
But you know what's funny? 'Cause-
I'm not able to build a quarter pipe. Like.
Okay. Not your not your thing. But you can build a bit, right?
Huh?
You obviously
You
build
can
some
screw
of the
them.
things.
Yeah, I
Screw them.
can
You know
put
how to
it
use a drill gun.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
It was funny. I was,
Kind of.
I was looking at the thing from last year. You know the thing that went up and across to drop. Like y'all built like that's like a house.
Yeah, that
Like,
was.
Yeah.
You guys, that's a lot of work. That one. It's not like building like
Yeah.
a P rail or something
No,
like that.
no,
You
no.
guys built like like if you would have put walls, that's a house. Someone
Yeah.
could live under
Yeah.
that. Like, you know what I mean? A door.
That is
and
a lot
some
of work. I didn't realize
windows.
how big of an obstacle
That's
that
what I
is
was
to
like.
build.
Damn, they built that.
I mean, that one, the one that's in Placeville is still really big. You guys just built that, the blue one with like the rail and stuff on it? Where
Yeah,
that-
but the guys like the team, the construction team, that's like Kaspers and Bram. Like they're here from Eindhoven. And they're super smart with like preparing like all the construction.
Yeah.
And then, for example, like the big thing from last year, like they couldn't pre-build it because like it wouldn't fit through the door where they pre-built. You know?
Oh yeah.
So they had to build it on the spot. But like if you look at them and like see how they start with the construction and like how they set up like those big squares, like it's actually pretty genius.
Yeah,
you know?
I bet.
So they're really fast with it as well.
They're just like a general construction company. Like, do they have ramp building experience? Prior to this event?
Because they've been running the Area 51 for like a couple of years.
Guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're not really working for Area 51 anymore.
Yeah. So I was wondering if
They're
they
just some badass dudes that know how to build.
Yeah. They know their shit.
Yeah.
And they're skateboarders and surfers.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So that's
surfers.
What it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Holland? What the hell they surf? The canals?
Actually, there's the ocean. Like
where?
Not far from Amsterdam. Like you need 20 minutes to the ocean.
But you got waves?
Yeah, like the canal area. Like
I've been there for one
harbor
day
area.
and like they had like small waves, but I guess like you can, but not like the proper stuff. You know?
Yeah.
So
You know what's crazy? I just learned, this is a little off topic, but I learned that there's some badass surfing in Ireland. I didn't know
that's
that.
what I heard
on,
too.
Like,
Yeah.
the West
I
Coast,
could picture that.
massive waves.
Yeah, I could picture that.
but super freezing cold water.
Yeah,
huh?
really cold.
I saw a documentary on
wetsuit.
to go even more off topic. I saw like a documentary of like surfers going to Iceland to like ride the midnight waves or whatever they call it. I forgot what it was called, whatever.
Oh.
But it was like they heard about these epic waves in Iceland, which there are crazy ass waves out there.
Damn.
They like kill you and stuff. But like I guess
I'll go
the whole
boogie board those things, man.
the whole experience to
my
go
bodyboard.
like at night when it's like, you know, like the midnight sun's in you and you like find like the
Wow.
waves to hit, and it's Arctic water too, so it's like super
It's probably,
freezing.
but it's probably epic to do.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Mm.
but I was disappointed in the video, in the movie, because like I kind of skipped. I'm like, I just want to see the sick footage of them surfing, you know,
Yeah.
because so I skipped forward and it was like just regular ass shit. Like the
Ah.
waves weren't crazy.
No?
It was just
So
the
it was not
experience
even
of them
worth it?
doing it. Yeah,
So it's
Yeah.
disappointing.
yeah. Even
Ah.
like as a surfer, I would have been disappointed for it, but like I don't know. It was just cool. To
Yeah,
see
but then
that.
it's
That's
like
cool.
the whole thing about it, like to do it.
It's
and
the story. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just expected way more.
that's like similar to 48-hour skate session in New York City.
Yeah, I want to see that footage though. If you ever try doing that again, I want to see that. I don't want to be a part of it.
I think like I filmed a lot that night, so I have
Oh,
some
did you?
footage of it. Yeah.
They should just put that out.
Yeah, maybe.
That's one of the most ridiculous things I heard. The 48 hours. And to do it in like January in New
Yeah.
York.
Smart, super smart.
No, I like the idea though. All right, let's pull it back from surfing though. Thanks for bearing with us. But okay,
Yeah,
so generally, we talked about the frames. We talked about your involvement in Winterclash. We talked about Roskilde. I just kind of wanted to, unless you think of anything else, just kind of touch on one more thing, like what you're doing now. So you said you went to school for photography. You went to New York and you were an intern, and you're active in shooting now. And but you're still active in skating. So like, what's your life on like the day to day now?
Is that your career, photography?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, cool. So what do you shoot?
I personally shoot like a lot of documentary, some portraits, and like I want to get more and more into like commercial sports stuff.
Is it you freelance or you work for like a...
Yeah, I'm freelancing.
Okay.
Like I worked for like equipment rental for like 5 years or something, but I just quit like a couple of months ago. Like
Nice.
it was like kind of my side job.
Yeah.
But
You didn't need it anymore?
yeah, like last year was actually going really, really well for me, and was a lot of work, and like I had to cancel a lot of work because of this other
See,
job.
that's what sucks.
And I had to decide between like being like really stable in life and like always be for hundreds
You got it, man. You got it.
You got it, dude. You got
be
it.
always for 100% sure that I can pay my rent and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or
When you started getting to that age.
That's what's scary
group
about
when you
taking
get-
the jump, too.
yeah, it's like, and then, but I decided like, hey, but like last year was going so well, and I don't think I need this job anymore. And like,
Yeah.
even though like I have to maybe hustle more now, like
Mhm.
I'm more free to do what I really want.
Yeah.
So
And you
I
can
think it
pick
was
and
worth it.
choose like what you want to put your time into.
exactly.
Definitely helps out a lot that way.
Because like the other job, even though it was only 2 days a week, like it really killed my energy. So
It was 2 days a week and you still couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
Well,
but it
'cause it's
was
just
like-
something you don't like to do.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
If you have something you don't like
if
to
you
do,
do
you don't
something you
like to do
hate,
it,
it
yeah.
just drains you,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
I just like left doing a job that I was doing like 1 to 2 days a week too. I guess that makes sense. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah,
but
remember when you were
I just-
working at Costco,
I just,
dude?
oh, that was
You
terrible.
probably
That was 5
hated
days a week.
life.
That was
Yeah.
miserable too.
5 days a week.
But even
fuck
that.
Yeah, I mean,
It was 2 days a
5
week
days
you
a week is
hated.
terrible. I can't imagine 5 days a week
Yeah.
anymore. like a job, quote unquote. But it feels good doing that shit though. Like it's good that you're seeing that you're doing like photography full time. You know, were you working at all when you were in New York, like shooting stuff?
Not for my own stuff. That was like only for the photographer.
Yeah.
And that was like actually this guy was really, really busy. So like
Probably a hell of an
Computer-
experience.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's like where I learned most of the stuff I know about photography. Like also like set life, like how to set up lights and everything. You know, like how to organize a shooting. Like you don't learn this kind of stuff in school.
That's crazy. You learn more in the 6 months with him than in your
like
years
3 years in
school.
Germany in school.
Wow.
It's all about. I think most things are about experience, but definitely photography is about experience too. Because you could go to you could learn like what the gear is and stuff like that, but like it's like it's an art. It's infinite ways to utilize a piece of equipment. So to actually be in someone's shoes who's working, not a teacher necessarily, and to see the way they do it, and you learn a lot from stuff like that.
I think so, and it's a lot of learning by doing and seeing actually like how to use something on set and like what you else can use it for, and I think there's like some super creative ways of like using everything, Of
course, yeah.
Like there's this Instagram account like shitty rigs, for example. Like that's
shitty rigs.
Yeah, that's super funny.
That sounds good. Like, I gotta follow that
you should
one.
check it out.
It's like good photos with shitty rigs or something.
That's like actually more from filmmaking, but like there's a lot of like super sketchy and shitty rigs, But like
man.
it's so funny how they use stuff. Like you should really get into that one.
I'm so curious about that.
And just like also like how to talk with people, who's like important for what, and like how does like a team come together, and like because like especially like in photography, like it's like this big crew coming together for 1 or 2 days, and then everybody splits up again.
Yeah.
So like you really also have to know like how to deal with like different kind of characters, like human beings, like different kind of egos and like all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
there's more to photography than just taking out a camera and taking a picture,
No. Like
you're a business person.
That's like
you're
your
manager.
That's like the least you have to worry about.
Yeah, it is.
That's everything around.
Why people hire you, but like you spend. I see like those memes. I mean, I see because I'm into photography, and so like the memes. That's like a pie graph of like what when you tell people you're a photographer, what they think and like what actuality.
Yeah.
It's like all pictures and like the rest of the time it's like watching TV, but in actuality it's like small sliver of like actual photos, and it's like web design, editing and marketing and all this
marketing,
stuff.
talking to clients,
client
sending out
relations,
invoices, like trying to get your money back, or
trying to get your money back,
trying to get
hunting people down. You need goons in photography.
For real.
Yeah,
it's tough business.
Yeah, I bet, man. I bet. Because it's like, I guess like any business, like they're just like a lot of people that are maybe willing to work less, like for cheaper, and so it's like the skill versus the.
I remember when I moved back to New York from Arizona, I was trying to like fully get into photo or video or something like that, and it was impossible to find any work because in New York especially there's so many interns working for free.
Yeah.
Really?
And to find like I couldn't get like any response back from anybody. I might have gotten like 1, maybe 2.
Okay.
But like I was like resumes
you might have got
all
the
over
response because you were German and you hit a
maybe.
You're like, hey.
Yeah, I guess it depends on like who you're asking.
Because there's so many art schools and photography schools, and everyone goes to New York to be an artist. So like everyone's trying to work for free, but like when you can't afford to work for free, it's less like unless you're like a big name, have a lot of experience. At the time, I didn't have a lot of experience, so it's tougher shit like that.
Tough road.
But I think, for example, what I've been doing also like a lot is like assisting other photographers.
Yeah.
And that's actually like, I think it should be really possible in New York to get like a lot of jobs for this. Like it also depends, like you have to get into the network.
The network's everything.
Yeah, the network's everything. Like I really
you always have to know somebody.
Yeah.
I know Abdiel was trying to get into that too because he's been in New York and he started doing his own thing kind of, but he was also trying to like just assist photographers and just do the same thing, just get your foot in the door. Yeah. And it was still so hard for him
It's tricky, especially when you're new to a place because like, everyone has their crew and you got to get in there somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, shout out Abdiel.
Do you shoot skating ever anymore? I saw you shot on like the Cayenne videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's what I'm doing, like for skating.
Yeah. So
like I usually like I always try to like kind of separate like photography and skating. And then at some point like it feels like really together where I was like always like taking pictures while skating. But like I'm getting more back to the thing where if I skate, I really just want to skate.
Yeah.
And don't have to carry like my camera
exactly
with me. Like all my
he told me the same. That's like his.
People don't realize that
because he was like
a lot of
having
work.
to bring the camera and like if not shoot then film.
Yeah.
And like he was like, wait a second, I'm not skating.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's like really what you want to do. Yeah.
You have a big ass bag on your back.
And then like it's my free time, so like I really want to enjoy it.
Well, when you're older too,
totally.
it's less too. Because back when I was seriously like taking skating photos more seriously, I guess I wasn't like working and stuff, so I was skating like 5 days a week. It was still, and I could afford to do that, I guess, with my time. But skate once a week, once every other week, it's tough to like put that burden on yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've been really wanting to shoot skate photos again.
Okay.
And I like hopefully this year I get at least 1 or 2 days, you know, to shoot like with the lights and stuff like that. But I
then
miss
like
taking
it's also good like if you have the people that can, if you have a spot and then you have the people that can actually skate it.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
New York, you're
Yeah, that's
actually
what it
really
is,
blessed
yeah.
with it, you know. So
it would only be a day where I'm driving around somewhere. I'm
Yeah.
not like hopping like around the trains and shit or skating around the city with a big ass bag on my back. But
yeah. And like you said, like when it comes to like free time, like it's when the older you get, the less you have, and like you
Yeah.
were saying, like you had more time skating
Yeah.
back in the day. Like the older you get, it's like there's more work and there's
Right.
less free time. So when you have that free time, it's like, do I really want to work doing what I do
Yeah.
for work
Yeah.
on my free time?
I guess that's what it
you
is
start
too.
to, you
I
try
wasn't-
to appreciate more and take more out of it.
Yeah, I wasn't like
Yeah.
a professional photographer at the time also, so
Yeah.
maybe that's why.
So now it's
I
just
didn't
like
mind it
totally
also.
reminiscent of work.
I don't know, I
Worth
never
it
thought of it
anymore.
that way. maybe that is it, whatever. But I feel like maybe because it was different back then, because there was a lot more publications out. But
Yeah.
the quality of skating photos, like everyone just does it on their phones now. But like I remember all the time back in the day, like, everyone would change like their MySpace picture to like a nice photo of them skating.
Oh,
and
yeah.
their friend just got a new digital camera and like it was nice, and you don't see that ever anymore. And I miss seeing that, and I want to like be a part of like bringing that back a little bit, you know?
Yeah, it's like that's also like the question. Like you shoot all those pictures, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You just put it
What you
online.
gonna- yeah, you're gonna put them on
Yeah.
Facebook. Like
Yeah.
That's the
not
thing
super,
that's
like,
that's the thing that's rough because
oh yeah, okay, you can put it like on Instagram, but like it's
Yeah.
still the same. Like you want to have like maybe have like involved with the project
A
or
good
like
platform-
a magazine
good
or like
platform.
a nice
Yeah.
platform for it.
Yeah, we used to
like-
shoot for like the magazines back in the day,
Yeah.
but like it was
and
it
also
was
maybe make a
B-Mag,
couple bucks off of
one
it
and-
instead of just put it straight to Instagram. So like
Yeah,
you get like a front page cover,
Yeah.
make a few bucks, a bigger platform. It's just generally
You
beneficial.
gotta bring back posters. You remember posters? To have a big poster of someone skating on your wall or something like that.
Dude, you guys can do it, man.
Yeah, I'm always like that's for example what I've been doing like with the Cayenne project with the book. Like
Yeah.
I'm always trying to like kind of keep this kind of stuff
Was that the
alive.
last time you really shot skating?
Yeah, I think so.
And that was still a couple years ago.
No, that was like last year.
Was it
no,
last year?
that was like 2007.
The Greece
yeah, it's
one.
like almost no. Like afterwards, we did the one in Taiwan.
Oh yeah,
Formosa.
that's right, Formosa. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been on 2 trips with them, and hopefully gonna be able to go with the next trip with them.
Yeah.
So
Do they have plans for the next trip?
there,
Can't talk about it.
yeah, it's like it's really like
You
there's
signed an NDA.
there,
gotta
there,
keep it
there,
small.
are, there are ideas, but no real plans yet.
Okay.
But like the idea is to hopefully go back on tour by the end of the year. So
When was Taiwan? Was it last year?
that was 2017.
So 2 years ago.
Yeah, 1.5 years ago because it was
Yeah, yeah.
end of 2017.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we just started 2019. So.
yeah.
Mhm.
I was gonna say, man, like throughout all the years, you see people like come in, come out, but like despite like you like getting busier with your profession and busier with your thing, like you still make all this time for skating.
Yeah, I'm trying, huh?
Yeah, it seems like that's really cool, man. And it doesn't seem like you're slowing down in that area.
Well, I don't know. Like for me, I feel like I've been going away, going away from blading more and more.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more silently for myself.
Mhm.
But like I'm not going to that many events or competitions anymore.
Mhm.
Like I'm just trying to pick a few cherries that I really, really
Yeah.
enjoy and want to go to, and everything else. Like I'm not trying to stay away, but
Yeah.
for sure, like I have to concentrate on something else.
But it's sick that you still, because like a lot of people when they do concentrate on other things, like you just see a change, like they're involved and then you don't really see them anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
they're fully vanished.
And I
Yeah.
know you got to cherry pick and you have to be selective about like the things you do, but it's obvious that you're still making time for like these really cool trips, like with everyone, and like these like things that are making an impact, you know?
Yeah, but like I mean, if you have the chance, like if you get like this opportunity, hey, like you can go travel to Asia for
course,
3
yeah.
weeks, and we're gonna pay your trip, and it's like all your best friends are there. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like of
Like-
course. Yeah.
Duh.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
doing this.
You can take if you're available to do it, totally.
Yeah, like I can, and if I'm freelance, like I can. Okay, like might be mean that I don't make money this time.
Yeah,
I can
but it's
also
worth
like I
it.
don't have to go to my boss.
It's your
and ask,
vacation.
like, yeah,
It's your vacation enough, so you get to do something like that.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
all my free time goes into that, for example.
Yeah.
Like, and then I don't think like you always have to be like so black and white about it. You know, like for like a lot of people like they do their job and then they only do their job.
Yeah.
And like they don't want to of course they want to have free time, but
Yeah.
maybe it's a wrong example, but a lot of people I feel like they vanish because they're like, but I cannot be like as good as I used to be anymore, and
Yeah.
this and this and this, and like that's not really what you need, you know. Like if you still like it, then you should just go for it. And even if you can't skate like every week, even if you skate only once a month, like you still skate once a month, like that's awesome.
Totally.
It's still a good feeling.
No,
that one day.
that's awesome. Like, don't like completely separate yourself from, like you said, like too black and white. And I think a lot of people do that. Like a
Yeah.
lot of people are just like, oh, like I'm an adult now, I can't really do that anymore. But it's like to maintain those relationships with your friends and to like find time to take those trips. You're not going to be able to do it like every weekend, but it'll be like once or twice a month, and you find, or maybe once every 2 months or whatever the case. But you're still getting out there and you're still keeping that.
Yeah, whatever is possible for you, but you should. Yeah, I think it's like really important to still keep on doing it. Like
totally, I agree, man.
I hear people that are like, they feel like if they skate once in a while, like once every few weeks, like, oh, I feel old, man. The skating makes you feel old now. It's like your body hurts, whatever. But every time I go skating, I feel like it's like the fountain of youth, you know?
Yeah,
it just takes me back to, you know, what you grew up doing.
I can understand like that it makes you feel like a little bit old because like you also, like, of course your body changes. Yeah. And like nothing comes from nothing. So like I can feel it also in my body. Like I have to do like. Actually, I have to do like stuff to make it work. Like
totally,
I have to do like stretching. Yeah, like stretching in the morning. If I drink the night before, like session's probably not gonna be so nice. You know?
Exactly.
It's still good being out though, and like even if you're at the session, just hanging out with your friends.
But those extra steps you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know.
But
what you're talking about.
put like, of course, like the older you get, like the more effort you have to put also like into it to be like on a certain level to skate.
Yeah.
But that's in general. Like even if you don't skate, like your body feels fucked up.
Still got to maintain it. Yeah,
you've been abusing it for so many years.
Yeah,
like
it's not like when you're straight up abusing it.
Yeah, it's not like when you're 21 and like you could like drink all night. You could like fall that whole day skating and then skate the next day and still kill it. It's not like
possible. It's just not gonna happen. Like,
it's changed. Yeah,
like you have to wake up in the morning, like. Eat healthy, drink water, drink water, not a beer. Yeah, exactly. Do some stretching, you know, just like get slowly into it, and then maybe you can skate for 2 hours.
Totally.
You know?
Maybe you skate for 2 hours.
And that's the maturing process of like kind of our industry in general, because like, you know, we're getting older and we're trying to get new young kids involved, and it's us like kind of finding our way. And yeah, I just noticed that you do a good job with that.
I'm trying.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
The abuse is still going on, but
well, it's a special weekend.
Exactly.
It could be an exception for. Are you skating?
And also, you're German, so I mean, beer drinking and Germans go like, you need.
Yeah, it's like hand in hand.
Exactly. We need a big Stein for you right here.
Is Guinness German?
No,
it's Irish.
Okay. What do I know about beer?
Yeah, get out of here.
I'll cut that out of the edit. You're skating in the contest?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm like I never really want to make like a big thing out of it or just like being announced or something.
You just want to participate.
But I think like when I'm here and I'm able to skate, I want to skate. Why not? Like just join the party and just do a couple of soul grinds, whatever. Like just be part of it. Like
you're not in it to win it. You just want to be hanging with your friends.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how Gav was saying. Like he looks at.
That's a good way to look at it. Because I think I looked at it in a pretty unhealthy way for a while. I'm like, oh, if I'm not going to be as good as I've ever been, then I don't want to do it. Like, you know what I mean?
But it's just like more and more you have to go away from it, and like still like, because then also like I think it takes away like all the pressure you put yourself.
Exactly. Totally. That's what I never liked about the
and then like once that's gone, like you actually gonna really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like this also takes some work, like mentally work, but then like once you at this point where you can feel like, okay, like I don't have pressure, I'm just gonna enjoy myself skating and like gonna try this trick that I always wanted to try, and then it's gonna work. You know?
Totally. That's awesome.
Yeah. Have you ever won a Winterclash?
Yes, once.
What year?
2011.
Dang.
When was that? What was that? That was in Germany still, right?
No, that was actually the first official year was in Area 51.
Oh, really? So it's been here for that long?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Like,
I didn't realize.
Yeah, like it's been once here in 2009.
Oh, so this is your park. It was the first year at this park. This is your park.
You got the belt, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, not anymore, huh?
I know, crazy shit goes down at these contests now. It's
especially with those obstacles, I think.
Oh my god!
I'm really looking forward to see what's gonna happen.
You build the obstacles, and you're like, man, I can't wait to see what happens on this.
I'm actually really bummed we're gonna miss the bowl contest.
I know, that's what I was saying.
We're doing Leon's.
No, we're not. We're doing Venus thing.
No, because what time is the bowl contest?
Bowl contest is 9. Okay, so it's late. I think, and Venus thing is 8. It ends at 9, so actually we probably
hope we catch some of it because that's gonna be.
But it's gonna go on for a long time.
Oh, is it? Okay, so we'll be good then.
Like they have like some funny ideas about like happy hour and whatever. Like,
happy hour.
Fun.
Oh, you gotta watch it. Yeah, so Venus.
So it's gonna be more like a party than a competition actually.
Yeah, Venus thing is an hour long. I just found out, so it's 8 to 9, and the contest starts at 9. So it's like perfect. I just thought about that.
Otherwise, you should just move the whole studio right next to the bowl.
Right. Oh my god! Imagine that.
Idea. We should talk. Maybe.
I heard that's crazier than the contest sometimes from some people.
Yeah, I heard that's like one of the main things.
Yeah, the hang losers bowl thing. Jeez, and I want to see what those guys dress up as.
Oh, who are they going to be this year?
Yeah. What's your bet?
I don't know. I was trying to think. They've done so many good
They've
ones
done
already.
so
It's like, how
many.
do you like
They
follow
did
them up?
Montre, right?
They did
Montre. They
Montre.
did Farmer. They did
Arlo.
They did Alo, obviously.
Why do
last
you
year.
think?
They did CJ.
What do you
I'd like
guys
to
think?
see like a Carlos Pianowski, but he has to like be here.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I think they always pick like
they
people
do
that.
somebody's going to be here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Who else can they do that?
They also did Joe already, so that's not gonna be him. Like I'm
Atkinson?
waiting. I'm waiting actually for them doing Niels. That would be a funny one.
That'd be funny. It's that's exciting.
Or that
know.
could be John Julio. Who knows?
That'd be funny.
That'd be funny. How would you dress up for John Julio?
Just like a beanie.
Yeah, like a beanie like
long
this.
For like, for like two kids in his hand? They got a bunch of baby dolls.
I think it would be good if we have people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people watching. We got like
Yeah.
90 people watching. If anyone has any questions,
If we could open it up,
we
to
could let her
some-
rip.
Yeah.
Yo,
That's
it's
Montre.
going- is that
It
Montre?
sounded like he said cable guy.
I understood hang losers, but I'm not sure.
that's what I thought he said too. Maybe they're in the house.
Quick, tell me about the because you went on the Formosa. Was that? See, I don't want to be wrong. That was Greece?
Formosa was the Taiwan one.
Okay, which
Formosa
one?
was
Which one
Taiwan.
was Greece?
Greece was Del Fondio.
You did that one too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like you guys been skating a lot of places that like
People
don't generally go to. Like most people like skating like in Europe or the States or just like the past 5 years like South America people have been going.
Yeah.
But like you guys been going like Greece, Taiwan, and all these different places. Like what's that like, and how is like the blading like experience there and everything?
Wow. I think like first of all like it's kind of a little bit the idea to go places that like not been skating that much.
Yeah.
Just to keep it like a little bit more interesting.
Totally. Yeah.
I mean, like on those trips, like the skating is always like, yeah, it's really hard to say like it's always like this or always like this because that's been 2 trips I've been following. But from what like I've seen there, like the people are always like so motivated and just it's a little bit more like, yeah, Carsten is really pushing a little bit into like, hey, we have to film this.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
and
not
it's
as
like,
much of like a
hey,
party.
there's another spot around the corner. But like after a couple of days, like everybody feels the groove and it's kind of funny because like we're such a big crew in the end. Like we're 12 people just going around the streets.
It's a lot of people.
And
Yeah.
like it's always like 1 guy or 2 guys skating a spot.
Mm-hmm.
So the rest of the crew is like basically just like getting beers, coffees,
Hanging
always searching
out.
for new spots.
Yeah.
And like, so there's like always this consistent flow of like stuff happening. And like
Sick.
once the one trick is landed, like there's probably somebody else saying like, hey, yeah, I got this trick around there. Like, let's go.
Sick.
And if not, Carsten is like, hey, like let's do one more spot before like we go to sleep or something, you know?
Dang, Carson's on top of it.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
like he's the boss man, you know.
That's awesome. That's crazy.
But I think it only works because you have one guy that is that has to say like what's going on, you know.
Yeah.
If you have 3 guys, then it's not going to work. But you have to have one guy
Yeah.
that tells everybody what to do.
That's it. That
And
they say
then-
we have an expression in America for that. It's called "too many cooks in the kitchen."
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You just need one guy running.
You guys have a lot of German
one
phrases
person.
like that. What's the German?
Phew.
I've heard some crazy ones, but none like that. I'm just saying I don't know if there
In
was
German?
one. No, I don't know. I can't say them in German. What's the one? When like instead of saying
It's gonna be like the last name thing with you.
no, I'm not gonna say it in German. I'm
Okay,
saying like the translation wise, like when there is like you say like you have like loose screws in your head or something like that. You say like
Yeah, du hast eine Schraube locker.
what does that mean?
Yeah, you have a loose screw in your head. Huh?
I heard the translation from one of them was like you don't have enough cups in your cupboard or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's like du hast nicht alle Tassen im Schrank.
Yeah, that's it. like you have an incomplete cupboard.
Yeah, like
You know,
it's like
when
it's
you're,
like
you're losing
you,
it.
you don't have all your cups in the cupboard or.
How do you say that? How do you say it?
Du hast nicht alle Tassen im Schrank.
Okay, I was gonna try to pronounce it, but I'm not.
Yeah,
doing
but
it.
that's like super old school.
Is it? Oh,
That's
okay.
what I would say like when I was 6 years old.
It's like some, it's like some grandpa shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, du hast doch nicht alle Tassen im Schrank.
That's
Like, come on.
Like, that's such a funny translation. Like, you don't have any cups. Was it? You don't have any cups in your cupboard or something?
Yeah,
like
something like that.
that? We have. You went to Colombia?
No, I've
Then-
never been there.
Someone asked. I can't pronounce your name. Said, "How was Dominik's trip to Colombia?" I guess that is the wrong Dominik.
The wrong person.
I've been to Peru, but not to Colombia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You
Did you
skate
meet
in
up
Peru?
with Sandro when you went there?
Sandro?
Timoteo?
Oh yeah, of
Did
course,
you?
man. Yeah,
Sick.
yeah. Because like we stayed like almost like a month in Lima. And
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was around.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, there's a good crew out there. Good dudes.
Yeah, they're all super helpful. But that's like the thing I figured out from blading in general with traveling. That's like always super amazing because no matter where you go, if you hit up the locals, they're always so helpful with like whatever you need. And it's like also like it turns into like a whole different way of being able to travel.
Totally.
Because a lot of people, they go somewhere and they're tourists. But if you're with the locals, you're never a tourist.
No, you get to really experience it. Yeah.
That's what
awesome.
I love about it.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
A couple people from Peru hit me up. I don't remember their names, but like, oh, if you ever come to Peru, like we'll show you around, whatever. And that's like what we love about our community, you know. It's always like our door's always open.
Well, maybe he meant that. Maybe he meant Peru. How was that trip?
Maybe, I don't know.
That was crazy. Crazy experience. Yeah. But it was like super freestyle. Like I didn't know what to expect out of it, and we were not there for any purpose at all. Like it was just like me and Richie and Freda, Josh, like we all like had this idea of like, hey, let's go to South America in the winter. Okay. And yeah, let's go skate. Okay. And then we were there and just like, hanging out a lot, skating, and we tried to make it to Machu Picchu and this kind of stuff. So
you tried?
Did you not get there?
Yeah, we did. Actually, in the end, we did, but it was such a hustle. Like
I heard it's so tough, like because Bina just went with the guys, and they're premiering the video here tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
He was telling me, man, that it was first. He said it's like over 10,000 feet elevation.
Yeah, like
right. So
like
I don't know if that's like
altitude.
3,000 or 4,000 meters.
I don't even know like how they were able to skate in Cusco, because when I went there, like I was like 3 days. It took me to just like being able to walk stairs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then
how high is Cusco?
Cusco,
like
I don't know
8 or
in
9
feet, but
8 or 9. Jeez.
But I think in meters, like it's like I think over 3,000.
Yeah, so it's like 9.
Yeah, so Bina was telling me about it, and the thing about because I don't know if you know Matty Schrock is here. You know Matty Schrock?
Yeah, like I don't think I've ever met him, but yeah.
Yeah, but he's here, and he's like, he like smokes cigarettes like a chimney.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they were like, everyone was so impressed because he was going like 9, 10, 11,000 elevation. He's just still smoking cigarettes, but still walking harder than everyone else. Everyone's like, how does he do that? Like, because I heard it was like that. It was like really tough to just do things there. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's fucking tough for sure.
Yeah.
Like, and then skating in that altitude, like I don't know how to do that. Like
it's like, it's funny because I saw some things at Machu Picchu like that are like actually skatable.
Oh yeah.
And I saw some pictures. I was like, did you guys get a clip on that? And Bina was like, no. It's like you'll get
super sacred.
Arrested.
Yeah.
Like it's like really crazy.
yeah. I think they were closing it down or something, or they want to close it down in the future. Yeah. Because it's so sacred for some people, so they were like
sacred. Yeah,
I want to play with the llamas over there.
They got llamas there?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
Llamas, alpacas, man.
Yeah, llamas and alpacas. I see like people feeding them and stuff.
They're the best. Like
I'm
they're
down
such
with that.
funny animals.
Yeah,
I'm down with that.
Little like camels without the hump.
Yeah, little fuzzy ones.
Spitting on you.
Chad Petrovsky says, any treatment stories? That whole video was so good and so fun looking. I guess 'cause it was so fun. Is there any
Which story?
treatment?
Treatment?
Yeah. Anything that stands out to you?
Anything that stands out? Like for me, like the whole process with like filming treatment was basically Jacob Jewell and Jonas Hansen coming to Berlin and staying for 1.5 weeks. Like that was pretty much it.
The whole video was filmed in 1.5 weeks?
Not the whole video,
just
but
your
like
parts.
just my parts.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I had like one other meetup with Jonas in Austria. But like I had to leave again because like I had some injury like on a really private part of my body.
Oh man. What, your elbow?
Both of my elbows were like a little bit twisted and no. So
but it was basically a part of your body that you had to take care of immediately.
Yeah, I mean it was before, but I thought like I was all fully recovered, but I didn't, and like I jumped the gap and it started hurting again really bad, and it was just like
scary.
Like, maybe not the best idea to keep on filming.
Time to heal.
Jeez.
All right.
We'll do one more. And then
I
we'll
was
call
about to say we'll do one more.
We have another guest coming in. John Lee asks, you must have witnessed some crazy tricks. What's the craziest trick you've witnessed in person? Like where you thought like, fuck, that guy's kind of insane. That kind of stuff. We did
probably that's a good question for him.
Yeah, it's crazy. Good for you. We did like our own
Winterclash.
when we did like an episode with just us two. I'm curious what you would say on that.
That's so hard to tell.
It's-
Like I even have
it's
to
hard to
think.
think.
I even have to like, because sometimes like in my memories, stuff that I see on video and stuff that I actually saw live, like kind of start to mix up.
Yeah. It's like,
Like especially like the
can't make a
longer ago
distinction.
it is,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
then you're like,
And the
okay,
more and more
like,
you-
did I see that or was I not there?
what was it on a video?
Yeah, the
like,
memory's crazy.
And the more skill days you go to, just.
but I think like like something that's like still like really like stuck in my head is, for example, like Brian Shima and the Bessie. I'm
you were there for that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
and
what
like
John said, too.
him grinding the whole ledge and then doing the 540 gap.
Yeah.
I mean, I
did he
haven't
540
been there
afterwards?
ever since, so I don't know how crazy the gap actually is. And I'm sure people jump crazy at gaps, but just seeing him flying and then like the landing.
Well, it was
like,
a line too.
Yeah, it was a line,
Yeah.
and the landing, like it was like such a heavy impact, like you could feel it, like even from far away watching
yeah?
him. You know,
Damn.
you could really like.
And
little
everyone was
earthquake,
there,
you know?
man. Ugh.
So like that was like for sure
That's
one of the
definitely good
cra-
atmosphere too. For
Yeah.
like one of the most memorable tricks ever.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how cool, because I was at only one IMYTA in Europe, and it was Amsterdam. And even that one, do you remember the one that like I think Haffy hurt himself on, and Nick Lomax won it? Were you there for that?
Yeah, I was there for sure.
Yeah, that one was probably nothing like Bercy, because Bercy looked nuts.
Yeah.
But like that one in itself was so much energy. It was like those events were. There was nothing like
The
those.
European energy is different than the American energy.
Yeah, because
It definitely
everybody's
is.
drunk on the street.
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah,
more
it's like
drunk, yeah.
they're way more
Yeah.
having way more fun here. We're too serious over there.
I know. What's up with that?
I don't know.
All right. Well, Dominic, thank
yeah.
you very much for joining us.
Thanks, man.
Hey,
Really
thanks a lot for
appreciate it.
having me.
Yeah,
This has been a pleasure.
my man.
Dude,
Thank you for
thank you
having
so
us.
much. Yeah.
Good
Hey.
luck in the contest.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, hope you guys gonna enjoy your time over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Totally.
Like, we're looking forward to it. Definitely. It's going to be a crazy weekend.
On,
And-
on Saturday you're free, right? So you can.
Saturday, yeah.
Saturday we're free.
That's
Yeah.
our day off.
And like we say, if you don't follow us on YouTube, you could subscribe, get your notifications, give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. If you like what you've heard today and you want us to be at more events, go to our Patreon and send our money, and it'll just
Yeah, be a part of our Patreon monthly giveaway now.
And now we have a competition on Patreon where you get free clothes. So
Yeah.
you kick up $1, you kick up $5, you kick up $10, you automatically enter in a contest.
Yeah, anything.
And again, thanks again, Dominic. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Everyone stay tuned. We'll be back
Enjoy
soon.
your weekend.
Thanks.